can't believe you just said that. What a liar.
I'll
Actually,
let other people decide that.
it is funny you said that. The guy I had on earlier this week, the episode came out yesterday, Ben Singer. I sent him a list of stuff to talk about like trying to stay focused and working on like if you have something that you really want to do, like to struggle through it, like how do you push yourself and all this other stuff. And his first reply is like, I'm not really that motivating, so I don't think I'm going to help you out here. I was like, it's not about being motivating. It's just
Do as I say, not as I do.
just talk about your opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny. But I feel that to my soul, my very dark black soul. Yeah.
You hold a good conversation. And I love to shit talk Ben Banky on the podcast.
Oh, it's so easy, right? There's so much material there.
I could have a conversation with him, but he talks in clips. And so he was the first one I had when I started back on. And I was like trying to have a conversation. I was like, you don't really prolong conversations. You just say like a one-liner.
And then period.
Yeah. Like, okay, I love you to death, man. And you make me laugh, but we can't hold a long conversation.
Oh, that's hilarious. How did that turn out? Okay.
Yeah.
It was the first one.
Yeah. When I started back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've rewatched it. It was before I really started like making a bunch of clips and stuff. So it wasn't
That's funny.
Terrible.
I can see that though with him.
Yeah.
Just answer the question and then wait for the next question.
Yes, pretty much it. If it was, I would have to have like 50 questions to get it ready for that man to come back in.
Not answer it and then be like, well, what do you think,
and
Bob?
I also tried to like bait him a little bit to get some like energy or passion or something. It didn't even.
It fell on deaf ears?
Oh, yeah. He was all Mr. Responsible.
Shameful.
I was like, what?
We know that's a big lie.
Yeah. Like, how dare you? Like, not even like eat my rage bait.
He can BS with the best of them.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can see what you're saying with, the answer the question, period, and then wait for the next.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That guy cracks me up. His freaking baseball team beat ours. He was like, are you still mad? Because I was drunk texting him about it.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, hey, come on, you know me. You know I don't actually care.
No.
I'm just here for the fun. The shit talking is the best part. Especially because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Hey, that's even better. That makes it funnier.
Yeah. For me, at least.
Even better.
Yeah.
I don't follow any sports. I follow some football, but like I don't get into it enough to be like, oh yeah, we should have been whatever ranking, and so and so should have done. I don't know. It's entertainment to me, but like soccer and baseball and any of that other stuff.
Hey, I understand.
Golf.
That's actually the only one I do pay attention to.
Yeah, no, because my grandfather growing up, whenever we would go back home to Ohio for our summer vacations, it was always only to visit my grandparents. And on my dad's side, we would get there and it would always be golf on TV. And I'm just like, and he was one that you don't mess with his TV, let alone his golf. I don't actually know if he played.
Oh, wow. That's
I don't
weird.
even know if he played golf, but like he was really into like watching it. And I just remember how, well, I mean, of course they're older and they don't have any toys or anything for us to play with. So like we were super bored because all you could see was him paying attention to the TV with the golf. And I'm just like, oh.
I don't know too many people that like golf that don't play it in some aspect.
Yeah,
I'm not even talking about like good, but everyone
just
loves
like to
to
get
hit
out
a
there
ball.
And tinker around.
Yeah.
I don't know that he actually ever played. I don't know if there's golf clubs that exist that he actually put his hands on.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it was always on TV. You knew when you went to his house, that's all it was going to be on.
I mean, that's the best nap sport, though.
You are right about that.
Because you could wake up at any point, like, same thing. All right.
Oh, this guy again?
They're going to hit that ball. All right. But when you play the game, it's just the exact opposite of what you would expect.
Okay.
Because you're just drinking and bullshitting around, usually with friends the entire time.
See, I've never actually played on a green because I'm not allowed on a green because I will divot the hell out of it.
It's not your lawn.
Doesn't matter. I want to be able to hit. See that this is the other thing with golf is that because it's so frustrating, even putt-putt golf is frustrating to me. I'll hit that thing and it'll go where I'm not even looking because, I guess they say like driving. look where you're trying to go, and then you'll go that way.
Well, that's the
Not with
first part, but no,
putt-putt.
yeah.
No, no. And
Stance,
so
angling
then
the
it's just
face.
frustrating. It takes 20 hits to get it anywhere close to the hole, and I just ugh, no.
Yeah.
So do not put me out on an actual green that I could destroy. No.
You just need
That's
to
not
play
fun.
captain's choice.
What is that?
It's when you play with someone who's decent and then you follow their ball. So you do the best that you can, but no one's sitting there waiting for
Can I just sit
you.
in the golf cart?
That's another thing too. Yeah, for sure.
I'll hand the drinks.
Yeah.
Golf is so frustrating for me to watch and play. So I'm just like, I
Okay.
don't understand how that's appealing or relaxing for 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday morning. I don't get it.
I have no idea. I can't explain it. But I don't really get butt hurt. I don't get worked up. If I do a
Yeah.
bad swing, I'm like, all right, fuck it, next time.
Slice it. Is that a thing? Slice it
It
off into
is,
the
yeah.
trees?
And
Nope, the trees
fade
can
is the
have
other
it.
one. Yeah.
We'll go to the next one.
That is me. Honestly, everyone's like, let me see if I can find my ball. I'm like, fuck it.
No,
I'm not
no,
going back. I have a whole
no,
bag full over here. Just grab another one. Let's keep
no.
going.
That's what they pay people to do. Go find those balls, right? Do they resell them? I don't even know what happens to those
I
things.
don't know. Like I said, I don't ask too many questions.
Mm.
I've also only started playing in like charitable events.
Oh, that's cool.
So it is like usually there's one or two good players on the team,
Okay.
and Richard and I will just go like whack some balls, and then
Regardless of the
yeah,
handicap.
which is nice
You showed up.
because sometimes you get lucky and hit a really good hit,
Mhm.
and then everyone uses your placement, so everyone now
Oh,
starts off where you
okay.
hit the ball, and that feels so
Then you're the
good.
cool kid?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I
What?
did it.
It's my first time, guys.
Yeah, I know, but I digress.
Yeah,
Before we get going too far,
golf is not my thing.
thank you everyone for joining us today.
Hey, everyone.
Steph, so glad to have you back.
It's nice to be back. I can't believe it's been, what, 4 months since the last time I was here?
I can. You said you had to graduate
I
before you
know,
came
but
back.
yeah, well, that's next Saturday.
Well, that's close
Yeah,
enough.
close enough. Yep. Yeah, life has been wild in this whole last and the last half of the year has been even busier than I expected it to be. Now that I'm done with all the busy stuff I was doing. And so it's just weird to, all right, well, I've got this, and this planned out, and I've got to take care of this. I got to do this, and I got to do this before I do all of this. It's crazy. So, and then I've been out of town for a couple times, and
Hmm.
I'm going out of town again at Thanksgiving, and so it's just all the things trying to put everything, all the pieces in their order so that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah. I feel just as busy as you just mentioned, but I feel like I like what I do. Well, I think about you, like, that's just a
I
bunch of work and school stuff.
Well, yes, and that's not. I don't like doing that stuff. I'm glad I'm done.
Hmm.
Because that was the biggest thing was, holy cow, get through that last push to get through the final assignments, the final papers, the final all the things. And if I never see another discussion post ever again, I will be thoroughly thrilled. Um, so I got through that. That was the end of July. And then my grandfather had some procedures done. And then before that all came out, I was planning a visit in August and that had to be delayed because of his procedures. So then I did the visit in mid-September. Work has been crazy because some things have imploded there again. Try to warn people, but here we are. Um, and so that's been work has now been back to being a little bit crazy. But I drove up to Cleveland in mid-September, which is where my grandfather is. It's not a bad drive. It's just long
Yeah.
because you're going through the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia. Once you get past Charlotte, it's
I was
beautiful.
about to say, it sounds pretty.
It's beautiful. There's nothing out there. The trees were already starting to turn, so that was
Oh,
really
my
nice. That's one thing I miss about being not
Yeah.
here in Charleston is seasons. I am not built for cold by any means or like snow, but like seasons, I'm all for it. So that was really pretty to see all the trees changing through the mountains. Spent a week up there, worked a little bit, went up to Cleveland every day because his house is in Kent, which
Okay.
is 30 miles south of Cleveland. And so
That sounds so familiar.
mhm, the Kent State University,
I
I
wonder if Small
shoot,
Town Murder did an episode there.
quite possibly.
Huh. Was
Hmm.
it small enough? Or is it a
Hmm.
big?
It's gotten bigger. It's grown,
Okay.
but still it's got this small town mentality and feel to it, and, you still have to go. There's not a church anywhere near the house, so it's, like, 30 minutes away, 20, 30
Ooh,
minutes, so it's, like,
that's
just
rare.
inconvenient for me to be like, "No, we're not gonna do that this visit."
Wow. Usually small towns have at least one church. It's like the staple of
Oh,
a
I
small
was
town.
talking about Chick-fil-A.
Oh, oh my god.
For
I
those
forgot.
for those who don't know, I call Chick-fil-A church because it's closed on Sunday. Probably nobody's gonna laugh at that, but
I mean, someone might. I don't know. I forgot how religious you are with Chick-fil-A.
yes.
I brought you up the other day to Richard, and I was like, "Do you remember Steph?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." I kept mentioning something, and then I said Chick-fil-A. He goes, "Oh, yeah, all you had to say was a Chick-fil-A lady." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I got the points to prove it.
You have more points than anyone ever has with Chick-fil-A.
It's so it's right there. It's really good. People are always I hear both sides that it's just, like, really good, and then other people are like, "It's trash," and I'm like, I it's good.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to
Yes,
detract you
we
from your
detracted. So
Kent story.
so Kent State is probably, Kent State University is the big claim to the area, and back in the I'm gonna probably get this wrong, 70s, there was the Kent State University shootings,
Oh, shit,
um,
okay.
and I should know more about this, but I don't. But I believe it was with, um, racial issues or, some other, like, really, triggering circumstances. But there were several students who were killed
Oh my
that day,
god.
and so that's its big claim to fame, if you will. That's what the area. If
Mm.
you say Kent State, most people recognize. Oh yeah, the Kent State shootings. Um, but it's the university is like down. It's at the end of the street that my grandfather lives on, so I can go down there and see the university. It's that has also expanded. It's gotten so like they've added on to nursing, I think is the big program they have there. They've got all programs, but nursing is the big program there. Um, and then you've got all the frat and sorority houses that are just massive, and they've got the Greek letters and everything. Um, and so that's right by his house. But I drove up every day. I was there for 5 days and drove up. I worked a little bit till midday, got the dogs situated because I took them with me
Wow.
and their crates. I drove up in a minivan. It was fantastic. Seats folded into the floor so it was flat. Crates,
Ah,
luggage, dogs. We're good. Hit the road.
definitely not what I expect. How long of a drive is that?
It's a 10.5 hour drive.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
with dogs.
They did really well, actually. They do really nicely in the car. They're not maniacs. They are maniacs, but not in the car.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so it was actually a pleasant drive to there and back. So yeah, came back after a week, dove in, started getting preparations for graduation, which is next Saturday.
Yay.
And I'm trying to get the last little bits of things in place. I got a call yesterday. I've been taking the dogs to daycare so they get used to being at the place they're going to be boarded at, just so they don't think they've been abandoned because I'm that pet mom.
I think
And
that is a pretty normal thing, though.
uh, maybe
I mean,
I hope so.
I feel like it's hard to explain to a pet that, "Hey, I'm not leaving you here
You're not in the
forever."
shelter again.
Yeah. So I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, well, yesterday I got the call that I always dreaded I was gonna get. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be,
Oh,
but
no.
so they've never been recalled from daycare. "Come get your dogs, they're maniacs." But I did get a call yesterday that said, they're gonna have to be in private play, so now they're in solitary confinement.
Oh, wow.
'Cause they were uneasy when they were dropped off,
Mm.
and the lady said, yeah, they just seemed a little stressed. Well, neither one of them had meds yesterday, and because I was trying to let's see how this works naturally. Rosie is a nervous Nelly, and so she definitely needs meds, but I guess Rosie turned on Basil,
Whoa.
and and there was a scuffle, and the lady heard everything and saw them, and she was like, "Yeah, you guys are going into separate pens by yourself."
Okay.
She's like, "We only do this for the dogs that we board." So, and I basically read into that as, "So be lucky we're not telling you they can't be boarded." 'Cause I told her, I said, "That would be just my luck," and that's what I've always feared is they would say, "No, we can't," and it's, like, days away from because 'cause I'm dropping them off Wednesday.
Oh, wow, yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah. So, that's not the case, but I'm sure at this point they're gonna say, "We can't come back to daycare unless they have training,"
I
so that's the
wonder
next thing I'm doing.
I wonder if it has anything to do with it just between your own dogs rather
Mm.
than them getting aggressive with someone else's dogs.
Yeah, they've been fine with other
Yeah,
dogs.
so
Yeah.
that's I think has to be some kind of positive.
Yeah.
You're the only
Yeah.
person they have to
Well,
contact.
she did say when I picked them up, she's like, "You don't have to pick them up now," because this was at, like, 8:45 yesterday morning. I dropped them off at 7:15.
Oh my god, so fast. Oh, boy.
She's like, "You don't have to come pick them up, but this is the circumstance." Um, and yeah, they've never had any issues with the other dogs. It's just that one and they've never done that
Mhm.
at home. But she did say, some dogs are just better to have like the one-on-one interaction from a human versus the other dogs in the facility. Basil's always been fine when she was an only child, but I guess now trying to do both of them and with Rosie being so nervous, they're feeding off of that, and that's what culminated into
Makes
yesterday's
sense.
thing. But yeah, now I gotta look into getting training for both of them and yeah, figure out how to get them, you know, reacclimated to society.
Mhm. Canine Revolution dog training is good.
Yep, there's that. Ben sent me one yesterday, so I'm definitely gonna be making calls, but I'm like, that's what I needed the rest of this year, right?
I mean, you graduate, what else you gonna do, right? All these times.
All the time, but, like, I so since finishing all of my final assignments, I've been, like, in turn off mode in with school and anything degree related, but once I come back from graduation next weekend, I'm gonna start hitting the books and start studying for my CPA.
Oh my god, more studying?
Yeah,
You just
because
like
I
to
need
torture
to no,
yourself.
because I need to take and pass the CPA exam. I have such huge imposter syndrome still. Like, I if anybody asked me anything about any of the stuff, the content that I did in school, there's no way I could regurgitate anything that has to do with the question. I can't answer to it.
Hmm.
I could probably do the work if I'm not being watched, someone over my shoulder breathing down my neck. Well, what do you do with this? And it would take me some time, but I feel like if I can study, take, and pass the CPA, that's more validation that, yes, I really do know what I'm doing.
So you're just doing it for yourself.
No, but I have to have it for
Okay.
what I need to do. So my degree was in auditing and forensic accounting
Good lord.
to find not necessarily criminal activity, but also to make sure that companies are, posting charges where they're supposed to be, are accounting for payments and receipts and things like that, in the right account, so that when it comes time for taxes or even if it's a public company, you can go through and ensure that everything was done the way it was supposed to be, so that nobody could come back and say that's wrong and that then flag a reason for that company or the person or whatever it is
Mhm.
to be audited. Because once you're audited, they pull the curtain back on everything and go through all the numbers and all the accounts. Now they're cherry picked because the auditor only has enough, like 2 weeks, a week, days, whatever it is, set aside to go through and see if there are any other inconsistencies with what the company is doing, or if that was just a one off.
Mhm.
But you never want to get there.
That's so terrifying.
And so it is scary. But you're also we that's one there's so many different aspects to it, but that's one of them. But something else that an auditor or a forensic accountant does is to ensure that the company is doing the proper thing and making sure that the employees, because the employees are just hired, they're just people.
Mhm.
They don't always know the theories and the reasons or the justification for processing cost and charges and receipts and payments where they're being posted. They just know, hey, we got this, let's handle it. And then most people just want it off their desk. But if we can make sure that everyone's doing what they're supposed to, then there shouldn't be any issues. But then you could also, another aspect of the field is you could work for like the Secret Service, the FBI, the CIA,
That's cool.
locating and tracing out cartel payments that fund other, adversarial activities and things like that. So it's very interesting and a very wide field to go into. It's not just numbers because many people ask me, "Oh, you just want to do taxes." Well, that's one aspect of it. But no, I don't want to do any. I don't even want to do my own.
Like, who really wants to do taxes?
So my eventual goal is to become a certified fraud examiner, to take the CFE exam. But in order to do that, a requirement of that is to have your CPA, and I think it's 2 years of experience in auditing.
Oh my god.
So,
It would be cool if you worked for the FBI or CIA or whatever. That'd
right?
be awesome.
Secret Service, even.
Yeah.
So that like government wise, I would love to do something like that. But in private sector, because I'm nosy.
This is right up your alley.
In the private sector, I would love to work for a family law office
Ooh.
because, during divorces and, cases against, one spouse or the other that is trying to hide money from the other seeking spouse. Um, yeah, there's been so many cases that I've heard about because I follow a page on Instagram where she's a lawyer out of Texas. And I love the information that she puts out there about some of the cases that she deals with. And
Mhm.
one of them was that this husband and wife had been married for something crazy like 50 years.
Whoa.
But they were like Italian or something like that. And so the husband had a business. At some point, he told her, you don't have to work. And she was like, "Oh, well, okay." I think they had a family. I don't remember. So she was probably raising the kids. But it got to where she was driving an old Buick for years, and then he decided, "I don't want to be married anymore." Well, the attorney's office had a forensic accountant on payroll, had then because she was like, "Well, bring me what paperwork you have," because she didn't know anything because the husband took care of all the finances. And she spoke English, but, like, she didn't understand the paperwork that she had available to her.
Oh, yeah.
So she brought all this stuff in, and the lawyer was like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring in the accountant." And so the accountant's going through there, then did whatever tricks and stuff, voodoo that she can do, or he, and found out that the husband, the business that they had, whatever it was, I think it was an oil or whatever it was, had all this money squandered away, houses, cars, boats that the wife had no idea about. And she's been
What?
driving around in an old Buick for 20 something years.
What?
Yes. So case things like that, because I just want to know, what are you hiding and why?
Yeah.
Why? Take care of your kids, take care of your spouse, or don't be greedy with it. Just be reasonable.
That's so funny.
So yeah, that's where I want to go. But then I've had friends that are like, that's not always the safest to work for a law office like that because if they
Oh.
find out who you are, and I'm like, the numbers and just being nosy,
Mhm.
worth it. Totally worth it.
You'd be like the, Ben Affleck, the accountant.
Yes. Yep.
I mean,
Without the guns.
I was about to say, get a gun. Come on. Next thing you just
No.
get your open carry license and all that other stuff.
Have the painting hidden on the wall.
Yeah. Really go at it.
Oh my god.
That is
Yeah.
okay. I can understand why you would need so much schooling for that now
Yeah.
and proof of experience and whatnot.
Mhm.
But definitely a more fun twist than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you think about doing
I'm
numbers and
boring, but I don't
accounting.
do boring.
It's like your couch cushion.
Just one.
Yeah. I'm not going to dare sit on the other one.
Preserve that one. I've thought about covering it in plastic.
Oh my God. Ridiculous.
But is it?
I
So
don't
yeah,
know.
I'm not looking forward to studying for the CPA, and I need to find somebody who, you know, can give me a personal experience about taking it because I've heard that it's brutal because the CPA, much like for my dental hygiene license, you're not just taking exams based on the field you're going into.
Mm,
So, like, when I did my dental hygiene, I just wanted to go into general practice, but some people go into periodontics, they go into prosthetics and things like that, pediatrics. The exam is not geared toward just that field. You have to know everything that applies to all of it. And so the same goes for the CPA exam. You've got to know all the theories and all the statements and all the rules and regulations across different standards. And so I'm not good with that. And so
mm.
that's what's going to be my biggest downfall, I feel. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to studying for it, but I have to because I look, I haven't even looked at when the test is offered,
I was about to say,
how
how long do you
often,
have?
where I'm taking it. I don't even know any of that. I just need to actually get and study for it.
So there's no, like, deadline, you could study as long as you want and then
Yeah, because
take it? Okay.
so what I did was I reached out to my tax person and I said, "Hey, Angel, if you took the CPA, how was it for you? And what kind of study resources would you recommend?" And that was only this week. And so I found out because the owner of the tax business responded. She saw that on the message board and she responded. She's like, Angel doesn't work in the off season, but she also doesn't have her CPA. So I was like, well, now who do I ask? Thanks.
Oh, it's a double fail.
Yeah. So we'll see. I did get one resource from my accounting professor, my one accounting professor. But the more I looked into that, it was wild because it was kind of like, if anyone is aware of like the PMP exam for like managers, Ben, I think Ben has it. It's just an added thing that basically says you can be a manager.
Oh,
You've got the tools and the wherewithal and the knowledge to go forth and conquer.
can't believe anyone gave that man a license.
Shh, I won't tell anybody. But it the resource Becker's is who it is, who I was recommended. I went on the Becker's website and saw, oh yeah, this and this, and I thought it was cool. Like they had a thing. It was like an app, so you could study anywhere.
Mm, okay.
It's got questions and things like that you can answer. But the more I looked into it, there's like different levels of the packages you can get that start at uh, I think it was like $1,000
Ugh,
on up to like almost 7,000. Don't quote me on that, but
what?
those at that level, it had like boot camps and you go and like study with the other people and like questions and answers and like it's a whole weekend thing or something like that. I was like, I can't do that. I'm broke.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to find a middle of the ground, a balance to maximize my study time, but also give me the information and the tools that I need to take this.
I was just about to ask how you study so much. Like, do you have any are you a note card kind of person with flashcards, or you
Note
just
cards, if there's an app, that's also a really good thing. So when I did
yeah.
my dental hygiene boards, there was an app. Andy RDH does his own board review, and part of the package that you get for paying to go to that, I think it's like 100 or $200, is access to his app. And there's different topics, different questions or quizzes that you can do, or different like activities that you can do in the app.
Mhm,
And so that was always really good. A lot of it had like flashcards that would show up either the answer or the question, and then you try to provide the other information. And when you were ready, you just like hit the button and it would flip the card and let you know if you were right or not.
mhm.
I don't have any real strategies for studying. It's just like reading over and over, which is also kind of a double-edged sword for me because I end up reading the same thing over and over and it just like blurs together.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, we'll see, but I don't miss the late night studying
Oh
or
god.
the exams, taking exams at 1 a.m. I don't miss that. And again, if I never see another discussion post again, because people are Ben too, he's like, "Oh, now you can go and do your master's." I've even had the university call me and be like, "You get an alumni discount. What do you say about going and getting your master's?" And I'm like, yeah, no, I need a break, and two, no.
How about you shove it?
2 no. Um, yeah, plus I don't wanna pay for that. The,
Yeah, how big is this discount am I getting?
it was a 20% discount,
Not big enough.
but it's not big enough, and when it all shook out, I would still pay the same for the master's with the discount as I just did for my bachelor's.
Get out of
Yeah, no.
here. Yeah. If it was 100% discount, all right.
50%? Maybe. Now,
Nah, go for higher.
so maybe. Um, but the only real reason in my field for what I want to do, the big benefit from me getting a master's, which I do think is cool, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of work and it's still discussion post.
It's very impressive.
Um, a master's would benefit me if I wanted to be an expert witness to testify in court on cases.
Mm.
I don't know that I want to do that. I kind of want to just sit in the basement, do all the work, and let someone else answer for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Just piles of Chick-fil-A bags all around you. Here's
Yes.
your information.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Someone creak open the basement door and the sliver of light coming, toss
You
the
should
paperwork.
just get a special, like, Chick-fil-A delivery chute that just comes down, like, every lunch and dinner time. Like, "Here it is."
In the laundry chute to the basement.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't have any desire to go back. I mean, I'm not gonna say never, but at this point, I don't have any desire to go back and get my master's. I think this is good. There was never an expectation for growing up for us to go to school. It was always just to figure out, do something,
Mhm.
get the hell out of the house. Um, so there was never any discussion about, college, let alone now being able to say that I've gone to a 4-year, university. I went through Purdue. And even that was never on the radar for me to go to even a school with a well-known name. It was always community college
Yeah.
which is there's nothing wrong with that. I went to 2 of them. But to be able to say now after completing all of this, yeah, I went to a 4-year and it was a well-known university
Heck yeah.
is still wild to me. I just I don't know that I'll ever come to terms with it or that it'll even set in maybe until next weekend when I'm on
Yeah, I was
campus.
about to say, when you do that
Yeah.
graduation, I think
Yeah.
that'll help.
Yeah, doing the campus tour and all the monuments and stuff like that. So it's just wild to me that I'm even on this side.
That's exciting. I mean, you put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. Not disappointed, bummed out that you still have more studying and work to do.
Yeah, well, then it doesn't even stop there because then you still have to continue just like what I do with dental hygiene. I still have to continue with continuing education every year.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of credits. Like I'm used to doing like 7 or 14 credits every year. And I think for an accountant, it can be like 20 or 30 on up
Ooh,
every year.
damn.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
No. But
As
hey,
as it is, I'm just now getting a start on my dental hygiene CEs, and it's October.
oh my god.
We'll get it done.
14 hours. So, yeah, it'll get done.
We'll get it done. So yeah, but I'm super excited and stoked to be done and finally be able to like fill my time with something other than studying. Because what I was doing was working 4 10-hour days, and then I would log off work in my office at the house and go sit on the couch, which is why my cushion is so loved,
Mhm.
and sit there with my little rolly desk with the TV on so the dogs could have something to watch, and then just work away on my assignments and my papers. It's wild.
That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could sit still that long.
There were some days. There were some days, especially when
Whew.
it's an assignment or a paper, you just don't you're not feeling it.
No, that literally makes my brain hurt.
Yes.
Like, I feel like antsy just thinking about having to sit there and write a paper.
Yep.
I can't do it.
Yep.
No. I had to be constantly drinking alcohol to make it through there, which your productivity is just gonna
Bloop.
rapidly tank.
Or your paper could get that much better. I
Yeah,
mean,
probably not. Probably not. Sir, half these words you made up. I'm like, yes, that was killing me.
you said 500 words. There's 500 words. What's the problem?
Ooh, that's a good point, though. That is a good point.
Yep.
So, what are you, I guess, aside from like getting into the field you've been working towards and the accomplishment of going to a good for your college and graduating. What else are you most excited for? I would assume a better sleep schedule, but I don't
I
know
that
about
is
you.
always top of the line, top of the list because I sleep so terribly. But I I haven't slept terribly since finishing. I'm still waking up throughout the night, but my sleep doesn't seem to be as terrible as it was. And I don't know if I've done anything per se to
Mm,
make it better. I just think I don't have just that much more,
yeah.
tabs open and waking me up in the middle of the night or things to think about or did I get the discussion post in on time or did I do this or whatever. So I just feel a little more at ease, but I'm really looking forward to just filling my time with whatever I want to do, even if it's nothing.
I was about to say, what is it you want to do?
So I want to get back into my sewing because I haven't done that in quite a while.
Holy shit, it's been so long I forgot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want to get back to sewing. I want to get back to. I have a June timeframe. I found a dresser to use and convert into my master bathroom vanity,
Oh, nice.
and it's been sitting in my living room since then. And so I need now that I have this time once I get back from graduation, getting started on stripping it down, staining it, sealing it. I've already been looking for sinks that'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
on it, but
Yeah.
it's finding just the right size sink because the dresser is like 45 inches wide and I need space to put like my makeup and trinkets and things like that. So I don't want the sink too big, but I also don't want it too small.
Mhm.
So it's finding the right balance, and I'm indecisive, which doesn't add there's no benefit to that. So the dresser has been sitting in my living room until I can get it out in the garage and stripped and prepped and everything, and then ready for a sink. Because then I have to pull the drawers out and cut out where the plumbing is going to go for the rest of the.
Oh, that's yeah, you're doing all the plumbing and everything, huh?
Mhm. Mhm.
Nice.
Yep.
I like it, very hands-on.
Very handsy. If I can do if it's in if there are YouTube videos that I can follow, then I'm willing to attempt anything. I know my limits though.
Yeah. I like that plumbing is not your limit.
No.
If I flood the house, I know where the main valve is, I'll just turn off the water. Do you
You
know where
could
the
do
main
that or
valve
you could
is?
just turn it off at the wall,
There you
at the
go.
sink or the toilet, or out at the street. I've had to do that before.
Oh my god. We have experience, we messed up, we don't understand where everything is. I mean, that's half of doing stuff on your own.
I mean, when there's nobody else that will do it, even when you live with someone, wink, wink.
Aha.
Even when you live with somebody, sometimes they're not inclined to be able to do those things either.
Oh, yeah, usually not.
So, like replacing the pickets in the fence, or getting things, whatever else, outside, or changing light fixtures, small electrical, installing ceiling fans. I've done all that. Tile, I still need to caulk it, but the tile is in. My backsplash, and then there's a small area by the refrigerator on the other side of the kitchen. It's got a little bit of the tile in there, and it came out so nice. I was shocked. I'm so
That
proud of myself.
hey, it feels good.
It really does, because then
Yeah.
you see that and you're just like, "Yeah, I did that."
You can look at it every day.
Yep, and it didn't cost you cost you supplies and time.
Yeah, maybe some stress. I
There
guess it depends on what you're working on.
there was a little bit of stress because I when I did the tile backslash, I cut out a template out of contact paper, and I laid the tiles on that on the floor, and I marked where all the cuts needed to go, thinking, "Okay, this is so easy. Why do people complain about it?"
Yeah.
And they were slightly irregular, tiles in that they were a little puffed, but also they were irregularly shaped, so
Mhm.
that made it a little tricky to cut some of those areas. But then when I put everything up, somehow at some point the tiles there's a slight shift where they kind of go down,
Oh.
but nobody notices it. I know it because of the adjustments I had to make after the fact.
Constantly tweaking. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I mean, is that from the builders or
I don't know.
oh,
I don't know.
hmm.
Or maybe it was just like the way I had the tiles laid out on the contact paper itself were a little slightly off.
Okay. Yeah.
Who knows?
Just tiny little things.
Yep.
Honestly,
So
if anyone stares at your tiles that closely, get the fuck out of
then I
here.
shouldn't have invited them in the first
Yeah.
place. They were lucky I invited them to begin with.
Yeah. No one's ever seen
Nobody's
your
ever
home.
set foot in my home. I've been there 21 years. No,
Oh,
7, 8, almost 18 years.
that's impressive.
And yeah, there's only been a handful of people over.
Yeah. You still getting birds coming in your backyard?
We're not going there.
Oh, okay.
Are we talking about murder?
No. No. We're just talking about our love of birds and the outdoors. And
So
I think you had bird houses and whatnot.
So I
I'm just,
had bird feeders and hummingbird feeders.
yes.
And I thought, so the last couple of years that I've had hummingbirds come to the house, they've left around mid-October,
Mm.
which has been wonderful because they come in like sometime early mid-May and they're there until about mid-October. And I've noticed that I haven't seen the hummingbirds recently. Well, I had one come to the feeder yesterday. So of
Oh,
course I went out there and cleaned and gave him a new drink.
see, that's nice.
But I'm sure in the next couple of days they'll be gone, migrated south.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one of those tall, skinny bird feeders, just a standard bird feeder next to that. And I haven't really had any birds visiting in a
Interesting.
while, but I did see some yesterday, so that's promising. So
I
yeah.
do feel like we have to address the murder now.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're the one who said it.
I did say it.
Every viewer and listener is going to be like, what are they talking about?
Several years ago, I had a rat problem in the roof, and it got to where it was very telltale heart because
Yeah.
I thought I got rid of them, and every now and then, because where they were was right in the ceiling above where my home office is, and I would from time to time hear what I thought was rats. They were rats,
Mm-hmm.
but the way my attic space is, you can't walk in there, and you can't see 90% of the attic. So at some points, I was chucking deterrent, hoping that I would get it into the crevices of that part of the house all over the place, right? Because then there's the rafters and the this and the that. So the only real space you can stand up there is where the AC unit is. And I really don't like that the AC is in the ceiling, but that's what they do these days. And so I had, traps and things all where I could reach, thinking, ha, I got you. Oh, they were all the way they were getting into the house was over the corner caps of my house.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you think this is hilarious.
It's so funny.
I can laugh about it now. But they were getting in on the corner caps of the house. So at some point I had to go and stuff like Brillo pads up
Mm-hmm.
there and then not caulk, but they were like foam, whatever, to help keep the rats from getting in there because they would have come across the metal and not like it and to chew on and run away to somebody else's house, somebody else's problem. Well, there was this one day that I kept hearing stuff again, telltale heart. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. So I set actual traps at the bottom of one of the corner caps at my home office. And then I come inside and within like minutes I hear, and I'm like, yes, I got it.
All right.
I'm gonna cry.
You got it.
I'm gonna cry.
You're supposed to be removed by now. Oh, no.
Only to go outside. And I did not catch a rat. I caught a dove.
Mm.
And ever since then, now I'm the bird killer. I felt so bad. So bad. So I never set another trap out there because I was like, we're not doing this again. Lesson learned. But I still had
Oh, it's
for
the worst noise.
months
Yeah.
after that, months. And I don't know what it was that finally got them out of the house. But I'm glad that I did. It was so bad that at one point, Kayla and I were sitting on the couch watching TV, and we heard them over the back wall
Mm-hmm.
of my house, which is the living room, and then the eventual backsliding door, and heard it like racing down the ceiling. And she's like, "Fuck no, I'm out of here." She went to her room, and I go outside and I go and bang on that corner cap by the sliding door. Banged on it. It dropped out and darted across the fence. And
Dang.
I'm like, what,
Hey,
what
I
am I supposed to
understand.
do?
I've lived with rats before in an infestation,
It's
and it is
crazy.
awful. The psychological damage it does,
Yeah.
it'll make you lose your mind.
I had
It is unfortunate there was an innocent soul taken.
yeah.
Yeah. The nickname is undeserving, but it is hilarious. But living with rats or squirrels in your house
It was
is
such a mind fuck.
awful.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because then
gosh.
once they were eradicated, I mean, I even had somebody come out twice, and he was like, "There's, I don't understand what your problem is. You're crazy." No, like there's like you can see the waste pellets and the this and the that, like
Yeah.
they're there. But whenever he was going up in there, no, I don't see anything.
What? They're not just gonna be
What am I
hanging
paying
out.
you for?
Yeah. Like, would you just pop in and they're just playing poker? Like,
Yeah.
what the no.
Cigarette.
Do your job.
Yeah, so that was disappointing. But yeah, it was probably about a year of dealing with that. And like I said, every time I went, once I thought that they were eradicated, and eventually, yes, they were. But every little
Mm.
and like anything, even just like the birds landing on the peak of the roof outside, even that, so like because you can hear them like walking around along the roof, that would trigger me. I'm just like,
Not again.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I 100% feel you. No, they weren't breaking in and, like, eating your food or anything?
no, they never got in the house, thank God.
Oh, so they
But
were definitely in my house.
oof.
Like, we had to move our pantry and everything out of the closet and
Oh
traps
my
everywhere.
god.
And it's worse because sometimes the traps don't work really well, so you just
Mhm,
hear the screeching,
mhm.
and then you have to go play like murderer. It's
The
awful.
next thing I was gonna try was getting one of those, like, 5 gallon buckets, cut a hole in the lid, and then put a coat hanger through a piece of cardboard as the trap door. So when they
Oh.
stepped on the thing, then you're not injuring them, but then that's its own set of
Yeah, then you just pour battery acid in there.
no, what?
I hate living with
Ooh,
rats.
that escalated quickly. But it's that psychological warfare, and they bring disease and stuff like that, but, like, I also didn't wanna hurt them, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it is hard. There's no way I was gonna be able to pull that off.
Mm-mm.
I make jokes. I don't follow through.
But when you're going through something like that, like, all the evil things that you could do and just run through your mind, you're like, "What about this? What about this?" But
Yeah, I used to punch walls whenever I hear them in the wall. I'm like, shut up.
shut the fuck up, shut
Oh yeah, it was awful. It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from this, we'll finish with a lighter note, hopefully. Aside from now that you're graduating and we kind of talked about what you're excited for, you still have more work to do and you're studying.
Mhm.
You're dealing with the PTSD of the rats.
Always.
Yeah.
And life, hashtag life.
Yeah, for real. Is there anything that you do to super relax? Is there any way to like you don't cut your brain off? We already know that.
Yeah, I don't cut the brain off. Can't cut the brain off. Um,
What gives you the most fun? Do you know what fun
I
is
don't know
anymore?
what that is.
Son of a bitch, Steph.
It sounds so weird, but I don't know exactly what fun is
Is it just ordering Chick-fil-A?
because no, I mean, even that. I mean, that's just like I'm not gonna say it. But like fun, I don't know what that is. I d-
It kind of hurts my heart a
I
little
have
bit.
I have hobbies, and I have things that I enjoy. I really take pride in living in peace in that, I don't let people bring negativity into my life. So things like that, but actual fun, it's sad as that is, I don't know what that is.
Your
Because I've
DIY
always
projects?
I mean, I like doing those things, and I find enjoyment in that, but like fun? Because I haven't been able to, I haven't had the luxury to consider what that is for so long,
Yeah,
for going on a little over 10 years now.
you gotta go find
And
yourself.
so I do need to go and find, okay, what what brings you such enjoyment that this is fun and you want to keep doing that?
Guess a joke with the lady who puts the, bird feeders on her face and then sits there and waits for them to arrive. I can see you doing that.
The sunglasses and then holding a spoon in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that seems pretty
I know,
fun.
it's like,
Yeah.
we could the bird lady.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is something nice. Fun is a bit of a luxury,
Mhm.
but peace is that's nice.
I really relish in my peace, and I do whatever I can to prevent losing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's respectable.
yeah. And so, just having people in my life that don't destroy that, that's not their main concern, or that add to it
Mhm.
as well. So, yeah, my peace, I really take a lot of pride in having that. Now, does it
Hmm.
mean that sometimes that, I'm considered a recluse? Well, yeah, that's why it's so peaceful.
She says sometimes.
Sometimes.
When she got here, she was like, "Is this what it is outside?"
The Wild West. I'm here out in the wild.
Yeah, like
4 streets
I
over.
was about to say, like, right around the corner.
So
Oh my
this is what
god.
it's like. Yeah,
Really traveling far.
yeah. Like I said, as long as the passport associate was here to stamp my passport, I'm good.
Yeah. We're way out of country. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I'm just, protecting my peace and ensuring that, I'm doing as right as I can by myself and my small little family, my daughter, my stepdaughter, and just ensuring that, we have what we need to support whatever it is that comes next.
Yeah, this is good.
Because it's so I don't have any plan right now. I don't want to look for another job until I pass the CPA,
Mhm.
but I also that's scary. And I I always have to have a plan, like we've said earlier, is to have the next 10 or 20 steps planned, because I don't ever want to be the reason for my demise, even if it's short lived. Trying to take a leap of faith that some people may say, and, oh, just try this or try that. And then, finding out that it fails. But then that has also now impacted everything else that I have.
Mhm.
And so and sometimes you just have to step out of your own way and just take a leap of faith. I'm not at that stage of life yet,
Fair
because
enough.
there's so much at risk. And I don't want to end up losing what it is that I have amassed. Not that it's a lot, but what it is that I have amassed in life so far to protect what happens next. Or, does my daughter need me? Anything like that. And so I'm very conservative with my risk taking. But yeah, so I don't know what the next step is, work wise, life wise. I'm just trying to get one day at a time, get through graduation, start studying for the CPA, go back up to visit my grandfather at Thanksgiving, and then I'm home for the foreseeable future after that.
Nice.
But what that looks like, we'll see.
Who knows?
Maybe I'll have a vanity in the next few months.
There you go. Christmas time's gonna be nice.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see. But all the things.
I mean, they're good, worthy things,
Mhm.
and a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. And it all falls on me, and that's the other reason that I don't wanna take too big of a risk, is because I'm it.
Yeah.
And if I have somehow fucked it up, or, delayed, whatever would come because I misstepped, or, took a gamble that I didn't really need to take, I just don't wanna be in that position.
Spoken like an accountant.
Mm.
How fitting.
How fitting.
Well, I'm glad that you graduated and got you back on here. Got a nice recap.
Yep.
So I'm excited for the next one in the next like 4 months. We could talk about your DIY projects.
My DIY project, maybe we'll do picture show and tell, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, it is recorded, so
Mhm.
adds
There
up.
you go.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hope everyone got something out of this. If anything, you learned about accountants and got a good laugh.
All the nosy stuff we get into.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm. Thank you
Good
for having me.
good neighbors. Always a
Yes.
good time. We gotta go to Broken Leash soon.
Are you?
No, we have to.
Oh, yeah, we knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I realized last week, I was like, oh shit, it's been 2 weeks since we had an IU. well, 3 because one of those I was out of town, but
Yeah, and I've been busy the last 2
yeah,
Thursdays.
and I was like, "Well, he didn't text me and work's been, all over the place because yeah,
Here we are.
we can't learn our lesson."
Yeah.
And so then I was like, "Well, I d the president didn't call me, so maybe
Um,
next Thursday."
now I'm the
And then
president.
maybe next Thursday. Well, it won't be this Thursday coming because I'll be at Purdue, but
Yeah, well, for a worthy cause. Maybe the following
the
Thursday.
following we'll celebrate with the following. I'll put it on
Yeah.
the calendar. It doesn't happen if it's not on my calendar.
Honestly, same. If I see an empty day, I'm like, schedule it.
Sleep.